Carroll bringing it forward. Thompson's making the run. Carroll hangs on to it though. Still Davy Carroll. Could go all the way here. Oh, what a goal!
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Ringing the Blues, the official Wycombe Wanderers podcast in partnership with Virgin Media. On the show this week we have all the action and reaction from the game against the Cobblers at Adams Park. Plus, if you're a fan of Subbuteo, then this week's Til Death Us Do part is for you. We have Trevor Arthur, Wycombe Wanderers fan and Subbuteo fanatic, joining us on this week's feature. But first, let's head to Mexico City for the full Liga One results with Uri.
We are ringing the blues from Mexico City. It's me, Uri, and here are the results for League One. Cambridge United 3, Mansfield Town 2, Huddersfield Town 0, Bolton Wanderers 1, Barnsley 0, Stevenage 1, Burton Albion 4, Rotherham United 2, Charlton Athletic 1, Shrewsbury Town 0, Exeter City 1, Blackpool 3, Leyton Orient 2, Reading 0, Lincoln City 5, Peterborough United 1, Stockport County 2, Crawley Town 0, Wigan Athletic 2, Bristol Rovers 0, Wycombe Wanderers 0, Northampton Town 0. Oh, I'm snoring because of this result, because, well, it was not boring, but it was an excellent defensive display from the Cobblers, and it made it a 0-0 draw. So, Chairboys Spanish this week, it was the phrase that Gandalf the Grey said to the Balrog demon on the Lord of the Rings, on the Fellowship of the Rings. Can you remember that phrase? Well, no way through, thou shalt not pass. So, how do we say through? A través, way, camino. You shall not pass, ustedes no pasarán. No hay camino hacia adelante, ustedes no pasarán. So that was 0-0. We are still in a very good position in League One. It's very cold on top. And back to England with mi amigo Filiberto Cachapollos. Until next week. Adios.
Muchas gracias, Uri. Right there, Northampton Town at the wrong end of League One, headed to Adams Park on Saturday. Here's what happened. Brian Jeeves joined us on comms. And it comes now into the near post. And it is in. Northampton have made it count. Was he giving it as a free kick for a foul on the keeper? McGowan headed the ball home and the referee...
Well, he signalled
for a goal, didn't he?
But he now appears to be going to the Northampton man and giving him a yellow card.
Well, a let off there for Wycombe.
I'd like to see that again, whether it was a foul or a handball. The goalkeeper, Ravazoli, looks a bit shaken, but not stirred.
Referee David Rock. He blew his whistle and pointed to the centre circle. I think what he's done is blown his whistle and said free kick and then pointed it in the way of Wycombe Wanderers.
Yeah. It fooled us, and it certainly fooled the Northampton fans who thought they'd taken the lead.
McCleary runs in field, finds Hanlon, narrow angle now, Hanlon in space, cuts it back. That's really great defending from McGowan. Doesn't even concede a corner, stops the cross. Wycombe come again now with McCleary. McCleary dinks it in, it's a great ball. Oh, what a save by Zanev. Joe Lowe denied from 2 yards. Great goalkeeping and a superb ball by Gareth McCleary. Joe Lowe did everything right.
That is wonderful football. Best passenger player of the game, Zanev. What a save. What an absolutely brilliant save. Total reactions, but great stuff from the Northampton goalkeeper.
Grimmer. Humphries curls in. Scowen's made the run and it drops to him. Great save again by Zanev. brilliant from Scowen, even better from the Northampton Town keeper again. Dimmer wins it back, finds Kone now. Oh, that's brilliant from Kone. Wriggles away from 3 or 2. Still going. Oh, it's magnificent from Kone. And then the pass to McCleary. Well, that was worth the admission fee alone.
Wonderful.
McCleary on the right wing. Cross comes in for Kone. And Dimmer's up. Wins the header into the gloves of Zanev. So close to Wycombe Wanderers. And what skill. What poise from Richard Kone. Just wonderful stuff from him.
Oh, it was brilliant, wasn't it? And that's lifted everyone again. Good chance for Wycombe there. Fred's headed it into the goalkeeper's hands, but they've created another opening.
Josh, tough game today, 0-0. A frustrating afternoon.
I think they came here and made it hard for us. It was a scrappy game, but I think it was just our quality in the final third that let us down today.
A couple of chances, one in the first half and then maybe 2 in the second as well. One fell to you, the keeper. Is that a good game today for them?
Yeah, like I say, we had some chances, but just let us down that last bit. Obviously, my one, I just threw a leg at it and hope for the best. But we've got the players who can score goals, but today just went a day.
I suppose if you don't score, the most important thing is to keep the clean sheet as well. So the point keeps the run going to a certain level. But with the results elsewhere, could you understand the fans' frustration at full time?
Yeah, of course. Like, we want to win it. We want to win every game. But sometimes a point is just as good. So yeah, like I say, defensively we were solid. Like Lowy and Sonny's excellent again. Lukey, Dan, Gids, Jack, everyone. Do you know what I mean? Franco. So like everyone was solid today, and points better than none.
And Barnsley on Tuesday, a team that you know well, obviously having played there for a little while ago, but tough competitors in this division as well. Yeah,
very good sides. They'll come here again, make it hard for us, probably make it scrappy, and obviously we've got to be better in the final third.
And a team up towards the top end of the table with a team like Northampton, they're coming to this stage of the season, everyone's battling, aren't they? Yeah,
exactly. Everyone wants to win games, whether you're fighting at the top or scrapping down below. So all we can do is keep being at our best. Obviously today we weren't at our best, but all we can do is keep going.
And a personal milestone for you last week, 250 appearances for Wycombe Wanderers. How does that sound?
Like I'm getting old. But I'm happy, I love the club, I love being here, and hopefully there's many more.
Rolling on to 300 very soon.
Yeah, we'll see, but hopefully.
Well, we'll see Tuesday for 200, I think it'll be 253, I think, by that point, 252, 253. Okay, you're better at maths than me. Right, we'll see you there on Tuesday against Barnsley.
See you Tuesday.
Grace, a frustrating result and a frustrating afternoon, I guess.
Yeah, for us, I think we didn't settle quickly enough. So fair play to Northampton. Didn't give us a chance, no chance of pressing, regaining. They just put that ball forward very early. Then we've got to be a little bit better in terms of how we do settle that ball. But as the game progressed, I think we made the changes we made tactically second half, especially the last 30, combination of fresh legs coming on then. It felt like we were very much in the ascendancy, and by the end, obviously, we're wanting more time, they're wanting less. And then sort of the last reflection that probably 2 big chances were us. Zanev ends up being the man of the match, not just their man of the match, with those Joe Low in the first half, and the chance Fred almost scores with his first touch in the second half. Yeah.
It did seem that we had to work very hard, and when the chances came in, the first save in that first half was excellent. And again, Josh Scowen as well on another chance, and Zanev was the man on the occasion today. Yeah,
it's just the way it falls sometimes, I think the positives from us, the quality of the ball in those moments, players attacking it. Generally though, that's the thing, I think probably reflections for us, and that we probably should have created a few more of those, getting into good areas down the side of the boxes. It was a focus for this week, and just that final ball maybe could have been a little bit better.
A couple of changes as well coming into this. Is that looking at the week ahead, because obviously we're back here Tuesday night against Barnsley?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. Like, we have a really good squad, and that's important for us to achieve our objective this season. So when those players train well, when they support their teammates on the bench, we've got to give them those opportunities. But also, you can't play the same 11 every week and expect the same level of performance. So they deserve their opportunities. People coming off the bench for us have always made an impact. That was G last week, come off the bench. So Richard coming on this week, and that's one of the reasons why we have such a good team spirit, is that everybody knows when it's their moment, they've got to step up and shine. But if it comes off the bench, they'll go again as well.
And Richard certainly made his impact off the bench today. He really lit the place up at times.
Yes, it's Richard being Richard. You know, comes out of things. You're like, how's he still got the ball at his feet, or he's bouncing it on his chest? But we'd expect that. You know, he's scored I think 4 or 5 times off the bench this season, or while he didn't score today. He always makes an impact when he comes on.
And not much of a turnaround now before we're back here on Tuesday night against Barnsley, and that will be a stern test. I guess there is no easy game in League One, is there? Today's proven that. Yeah,
no easy game, but again, the players are looking forward to it. You know, we want to put the things right that we thought we could have been a little bit better on. Another game, another round to get closer to achieve an objective.
Well, all the best. We'll see you next week.
Brilliant. Thanks, Phil.
Good to hear from caretaker manager Sam Grace and captain Josh Scowen. But what about the Cobblers fans? It's time for the opposition view. The greatest hits from social media from our opponent's fans. West Stand OAP.
An unexpected point to keep up our good record at Wycombe, and it was only the 3rd league game in which the Chairboys have failed to score. All 3 coming in their last 5 home games. Their centre-back getting the Man of the Match award shows how well we did. But I was surprised at how much they rotated their starting 11 for this game. The only downside was that their keeper didn't have to make a save.
Ever bright.
Pinnock did very well today, and his long throws worked a treat as he got the ball into the area, and Wycombe got nervous with them, which pressurised them, as did his corners. Their centre-half, number 17, was having a personal battle with Eves all afternoon. And, amazingly, in some ways, Eves actually troubled their defence. Have we seen a new side of Eve today? The goalkeeper did well again and was brave with it too. It's a good sign that the defenders play well, and a few more performances like that may well indicate we finally have a defence playing as a League One unit. Our supporters were enthusiastic throughout and played a significant part in us gaining a point. And I do like a moral victory.
Zen Master.
A decent game and a very good point. It's a shame Fosu couldn't finish his chance at the end. Zanev did very well in goal with some important saves, and it was a solid debut by Taylor. But to finally have a functioning centre midfield made a really nice change.
Talk of the Tain.
It makes a huge difference having a competitive midfield that lands on the second balls. I can't fault the effort and commitment shown today. Hopefully, we use this as a platform for the tough games coming up. Some quality in the final third is still needed, though.
Mark Kennedy.
An excellent performance today, and a well-earned point. This time last week, there were many complaints about the team, so credit is definitely due. It was an enjoyable and entertaining game to watch as well. It was open and could have gone either way. Not sure what our goal was disallowed for.
Stephen M.
The ref was an absolute cheat. That was a clear goal. I'm sure he had a Wycombe shirt on underneath his top.
Black Sword.
From our end, couldn't see any reason why that goal was disallowed. That, and the Fosu chance right at the death, could have snatched a great victory for us. And a special mention for the ref, who was a complete homer, and as bad as any we've had all season.
Cobbler Ben.
Wycombe looked jaded. They were quality at our place a few months ago. Way off it today, though. Looked mid-table at best. Birmingham have no concerns regarding them. They're a very different side to a few months back. It'll be playoff semi-final defeat for them.
Sweet Zombie.
That'll teach Wycombe for putting Kone on the bench.
Wecker Cobbler.
Great performance from the whole team today. Pinnock ran miles and miles, and Shaw and Taylor, weren't they in the professionals, looked like a proper midfield. The keeper was brave, the subs imaginative. And Wycombe were a very friendly club with good facilities. Happy night ahead.
There's been a rumour that there's a new lightning-fast player in town, and I can confirm these rumours are correct. Virgin Media is here and is guaranteed to be a crowd pleaser. If you're tired of your broadband giving you the blues every time you want to do something, fear not. Virgin Media are right here in Wycombe and have brought their lightning fast full fibre to the area to keep you entertained in between matches. Tuck into as many live sporting events, movies, games and tunes as your heart desires. Not forgetting our podcast with unlimited downloads on Virgin Media's intelligent Wi-Fi. All delivered at the speeds you need to keep the whole house happy. And the best part is, you don't need to wait until the next transfer window to make Virgin Media your favourite signing of the season. Find out more at virginmedia.com or drop into your local O2 store. New customers only, eligible Virgin Fibre areas only, subject to survey, network capacity and credit check. Supporting a football club is like a marriage. Your club is there for life through the good times and the bad. We ask Chairboys fans for their most cherished old memory, their current favourite player, the best borrowed player we've ever had, and for something blue, we talk club merchandise. Right, joining us this week is Trevor Arthur. And Trevor, you already win backdrop of the season so far. Thanks for being with us this evening. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I think most people have offices. I just have a playroom. But I'm very good and really pleased to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
So yeah, to clarify, this isn't a child's bedroom. This is very much your setup, and I'm here for it. I think this is excellent.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hideaway. Maybe more on that later. But yeah, Subbuteo, Star Wars, and some other gubbins in here. It used to be a garage, but yeah.
Marvellous. So where does your journey with Wycombe Wanderers begin? You're wearing the new retro shirt from the late 80s. So where does your love affair with Wycombe Wanderers start?
Didn't grow up with parents who are into football, but they did send me to the Church of England school next door to Lokes Park. So it was always there. I can't even remember the first match. There was a sort of Penn and Tyler's Green were playing in some final there where I first went to the ground, and we went to watch the schoolboys team with Mark West and Kevin Keane, and watched them all the way through. And interspersed with that, it was anything Wycombe I could watch. So sometimes it was reserves, sometimes it was the first team. I often didn't know who the opponents were. So it was always just there. And I could have it on for ages, so feel free to edit as much as you want.
I remember seeing pictures of the schoolboy team. I think they were being driven around Wycombe on the back of a flatback transit van after they won the Schools Cup. I think they beat Sunderland, didn't they?
Yeah, 2 legs. I think it was 0-0 at our place, and 1-0 up there. I'm sure my memory's playing tricks with me. And sticking all those school kids on the back of a flatbed truck is just brilliant. Health and safety gone mad.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen these days. And I vaguely remember Mark West even having a moustache then, even though he was at school.
Yeah, he was always a hairy furball, wasn't he, all the time? It was awesome. I saw him in playing for England schoolboys at Wembley as well. I think we lost 5-4 to Scotland or something, but no, awesome time. So again, that's all of a blur, but the little things, and there was that hole in the fence, wasn't there? Just underneath the fence next to the hospital, you used to climb through. I've paid back my dues now, but I used to get into the way. And half time, you get into the main stand because the guy will say, "Oh, I remember you," so you didn't have to pay any extra to get into the main stand. And then you work your way through to the end of the match, so you get into the bar to see the teletext scores come up. So even thinking about coming on here, all these memories are coming back, and
amazing. The hole in the fence. I'm just trying to imagine how many Wycombe fans would have been through, who will be listening and watching this going, yeah, I went through that too. So it's a rite of passage almost. It's almost a gateway to a utopian lifestyle of supporting Wycombe Wanderers. I love it.
Absolutely. We should make some at Adams Park, because That's how these people come later on.
I'm not sure if the ownership group would like a hole into Adams Park. We'll see. We'll see how that one goes. Right, let's kick off the feature then. We'll start with something old. Your favourite ever Wycombe Wanderers memory. What's it to be?
Right. Again, I don't want to follow others, but I've got this. I was thinking about today, and I've realised it's been at least 8 different times I've gone to watch Wycombe Wanderers, and I've been in the wrong end for various reasons. It was one of those occasions was the Leicester City quarter final.
Right.
I lived in Chester at the time. I had friends in Leicester who managed to get us some seats. So the pair of us were behind the goal where Essendon got the winner, and we're amongst the Leicester crowd, which was fine until half time when he takes a phone call. You know, all right, mate, yeah, have a football, and Wycombe boys, and actually they were really decent to us. And when we got that goal at the end, they let us be. So the whole FA Cup run was incredible. I was living in Chester at the time. We were trying for a child, but the right time of the month was always matching the FA Cup weekend. Gradually went through it, and well, my wife didn't actually come to a match until the semi-final, so she's obviously bad luck. But 9 months later, my daughter's born.
Wow,
So,
there you go. There is the real legacy of the FA Cup run. That's incredible. I think more on that. We need to ask more questions about that. But also, you said about people, choosing the same things, but everyone has their different experiences with the memories that we all know. You must have had one of the best views of the Essendon goal for any Wycombe fan because you were behind the goal.
We're 2 minutes into injury time. 24 in the box for Simpson's free kick. Decent double-fisted punch by Royce. Here's Ballman. Back into the mixer. Knocked back by Bates. Essendon! It's in! And the man who they found through an advert on the internet has really put Wycombe on the worldwide map. You couldn't make it up. You really couldn't.
and it was totally slow motion. I can still see it now. Your life sort of stops, doesn't it? This thing's creeping in towards the goal. I'm like, oh my God, it's so real. And we're both sat there stunned, and we're sort of shaking, looking at each other like, we can't go too mad here. It was awesome. Really, really crazy.
And to recap then your daughter was born 9 months after the cup run. So how is Essendon, your daughter?
Enough. When we found out, we were always calling it Little Sanchez. It was always Little Sanchez, after Laurie. Then found out it was going to be a girl, so she became Sanchetta, but by the time she was born, it was Neve, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Carol, couldn't I? That would have worked.
Amazing. So you've always got a living, walking memory of the FA Cup run, which is a wonderful thing.
It's really good for dates as well. You can time things, so I know exactly the date of that match and things like that. She was born when we were playing Fulham. So 9 months after that, we were playing Fulham the next year's cup.
Interesting. So, there you go. Wow. Fantastic. And your wife came to the semi-final where we lost, and you've pinned that on her. Yeah,
it's a recurring theme. So last year we had the playoff, didn't we? And for me, I'm taking a whole family plus my daughter's boyfriend. So it's like 5 tickets to get, and we lost again. So, yeah, a bit of a theme.
Okay, so hopefully we won't need the playoffs this year, but if we do, then she can stay at home, right?
Yeah, I think she'll be pleased to. She gets more nervous than I do in those games.
Oh, magnificent. Right, on to something new then. Your favourite player in the current squad, and there's a few new faces in there after this week.
I know, yeah. it's so exciting at the moment and scary too. But favourite player, I've managed kids football now, and managed veterans teams, so I always see it like that. And I think if I was managing Wycombe, Luke Leahy would be my favourite. A proper good character and really versatile. He'll do a great job wherever you put him. And one of the great things about Wycombe since Gareth is that we have really good guys there. You know, I've taken the kids down to the football, they meet them, they're genuinely really interesting to talk to. Leahy I've not met, but he comes across as the same type of character. So yeah, he'd be my number one. Don't know what else to say about him. Just seems like a good guy.
What's his best position in your opinion? Because he's played several central midfield, left wing back, left centre back, left back. He can do it all.
He can. I like him as left back, but then we've got a brilliant left back there now. He won't like this, but I like the versatility that if someone's got a bit of a knock, I'll put him in there. You see, it's like the that keeps it together. Yeah.
But very good from set pieces as well. Scored a few, set a few up, and the corners are normally pretty good as well, which is in League One pretty vital, I would say.
Absolutely, yeah. Good sense of humour. You'd have heard this before because I sent it in once when you were talking to him, but I've done FIFA team, and it's all the greats, Puskas and Pele and stuff. And he's got Leahy in the side as well.
Oh, definitely. You mentioned you coach a veterans team, and you've coached a kids team as well. Obviously, at the time of us speaking, Wycombe Wanderers in the market for a new head coach. Have you applied, Trevor?
Well, at the time of speaking, people know I'm having an interview with Wycombe tonight. They don't license this, but I have told the team that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so someone's put a cheeky £20 on Trevor Arthur to be the next Wycombe Wanderers head coach, then we know where it's come from.
Yeah, I'm cheap.
Could you get us over the line, though? We're second at the time of speaking. Could you steer the ship and get us into automatic promotion come May, Trevor? That's the question.
Well, absolutely, but every good manager will say that. It's such a dice roll, isn't it? It's been going so well. And, you got two converging directions and now this extra little push. I just so hope it works. It might take a few weeks to kick in, but this is the most exciting time ever. It's unreal. It's been so many good times in the past, but right now it's really exciting and really scary.
Absolutely. Football is a crazy world, and none more so than at Wycombe Wanderers. Right then, so on to something borrowed. Your favourite ever loanee or player you wish we'd signed but never did?
Well, currently Cameron Humphreys.
Yeah, what a player.
Yeah, we go up, we keep him. He's going to sit in there lovely. He's got that sort of Jedi sense, the spider senses. Uncanny what he can see and do. Really, really good. So I'd love to have him, but still too early. I don't want to be too attached to him just yet. So I was a defender. I would love to have been an Alfie Mawson. Yeah, incredible. And when I watched him, I thought that's England international, and he was good enough when he was playing for us to be England international then. And that's such a shame it couldn't got better, but such a joy to see him play.
What was your favourite Alfie spell, the first spell or the second spell? Because both had great moments.
I think the first spell, if my memories are right, it was one of those games where I'm in the wrong end again, but it was at Northampton. Dropped up with the late one at Northampton, but just from the view we had of it, the way he commanded that pitch, he was just a cut above. Just awesome.
A fantastic player, a great character as well. But like you say, the technical ability. I mean, I remember the second spell, I think it was at the away at Oxford United, which also makes this quite a sweet memory. The assist for Chris Farino's header. It's just a sort of pass that no one else had seen or even thought about. and he did it. He tried it, but stuck it on Chris Verino's forehead. He didn't have to move a muscle. And this is a centre back. I was like, this is what a player.
Absolutely. And another centre back I like was Josh Knight. He's local to Market Harborough, so I was hoping he'd be a signing. He's actually come down and watched some of our games of Borough Alliance in Harborough, and I thought that'd be so good.
He's in Germany right now, I think, playing in Germany.
All right. So got far away enough from Peterborough then.
Yeah, well, I think, it's a natural reaction. Played for Peterborough and thought, right, I need to go somewhere really drastic, and went to Germany. But yeah, another classy ball-playing centre-back as well. I think Alfie Mawson and Josh Knight, I could see them two together. Imagine the sort of football we could play with those two at the heart of defence.
Goodness, yeah, and feeding Eze.
With Cameron Humphreys in the 10. Oh yeah, I mean, we could just do a whole maybe at the end of the season we'll pick an entire team of loanees. That could be good. We have West Ham manager Graham Potter was a loanee at Wycombe, I think in the 90s, from Birmingham City, if I remember rightly. So he could be left back. And then, I might put this together later on in the season. Thank you for the inspiration, Trevor. That's excellent. Right, we're on to something blue, and I feel that this is where the conversation may turn into the world of extreme geekery, which, again, we're all here for, basically. So, something blue, your idea for the club shop that we're not currently selling, what's it to be, Trevor?
Well, you did used to sell it. I could talk about this forever, so this is proper geek area, so I'll calm it down. But when I was a kid, I used to have the Manchester City Subbuteo team, and they were the Wycombe team, probably around the time they were wearing these shirts.
Yeah.
And they'd have these games on the carpet. They'd be playing the likes of Liverpool, Man United, or whatever, and doing extremely well. And so fast forward in time, I still play Subbuteo. And I had this really bad spell when I failed my driving test. Previous girlfriend had left me, and then Wycombe did not go up to the league. Colchester pipped us, and that was quite annoying.
What a dark period of your life.
You sort of realise which one means the most. Yeah, quite. And anyway, so I had this new girlfriend, and then wittering away like I am now. I was just saying, if we can go up into the league, they'll have their own Subbuteo team. So, anyway, on my birthday, she actually had painted me a Wycombe Wanderers Subbuteo team.
Which is being held up to the camera now, and amazing.
I dropped that one on the floor. So
hand painted.
He's got dropped on the floor. Yeah, so.
Excellent attention to detail there.
It's not bad. Well, she's a graphic designer, so she'd even done the label.
And presumably, this is now. Is this lady your wife now?
Absolutely, yeah.
I was going to say, I mean, she's definitely a keeper. You would have known that from the day one when the Subbuteo painting came out. I mean, absolutely.
Had I known she had such bad luck at the matches,
we can almost forgive her for that, for the handiwork of the painting on these Subbuteo's players. This is excellent. And also, like when you said you had the Man City team originally in the 80s, it would have probably blown your mind to have been sort of revisited by someone from the future to say that we would beat Manchester City home and away in the league in your lifetime, which we did comfortably.
Absolutely, and the whole office are aware of that little football fact.
I like to mention it once or twice a day to anyone who'll listen.
I sit there at work. They're all talking about Newcastle, Manchester United, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. And
people.
I know. And then they say, how did Wycombe do? And it's like, well, if you cared, you'd know, wouldn't you? So,
they'll know soon enough. That's all I'm going to say. They'll know all about it very soon. So Subbuteo back in the shop, I think, would be really, really good. For the people who are listening to this and haven't got the glorious Technicolor version on YouTube or Wanderers TV, Trevor is sat in front of what looks to be a magnificent Subbuteo arena. and some shelves which contain some stands and all sorts. We were going to be doing some, we still may well do this, but unfortunately Lee Harrison has left the club to go to Luton with Matt Bloomfield, because he was also a Subbuteo nutcase and loved it, and was excited to bring Subbuteo to some of the younger players at Wycombe Wanderers, something I think we should still try and do, Trevor, maybe with your help. But you've just picked up something from the side there. What's this?
Well, see if you can guess what that is.
Is that the Gia Vauxhall Conference Trophy in Subbuteo format?
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm almost at top level geek level with you here. This is great.
You're there, man. You're good.
All you need now is a little Martin O'Neill just to hold it up in front of the Valley Terrace, and we'd all be there.
Okay, the next thing I'll be on to, I'll get that done.
Well, Trevor, Subbuteo, not only is it a fantastic game, but it appears to be a bit of a money pit, and you could basically buy anything to do with football. Is that correct? We've had some people tweeting in about Subbuteo since we started mentioning it on Ringing the Blues, and someone said you can even get a VAR control room now, Subbuteo. Is that true?
Yeah, you can. I never went that far, but yeah, you can definitely buy that. They tried remarketing, so there's a few quirky things. There is a bar room. There's a guy staring at a screen. But
you haven't gone there. You haven't gone there, and I think a lot of football fans are wishing that the authorities hadn't gone there as well. So I think we're all with you, Trevor.
Yeah. The best stuff, as ever, is all the little quirky people who make their own things. So this table is made by a guy up in Scotland with his dad. They do it in a garage. The board and the goals are made by little Italian firms. There's a streaker set there as well, which is someone made at their own place.
Is that an official Wycombe one? Because obviously we had our big history of streakers at the Wembley games in the 90s. I think we had two separate occasions of streakers making it onto the pitch at Wembley.
The Runcorn player went down on all fours, so he fell over the back of him, didn't he?
Yeah, with classic days. So I like to think though Subbuteo streaker set is basically us as well. Well, obviously you haven't got to paint the kit on. I suppose it's easier to make.
Yeah, it'd be difficult to put a kit on a streaker,
but I think Subbuteo is definitely going to be going back in the shop. Then we need to make this happen. Is there a Subbuteo community? Are you part of is there a network of Subbuteo fans? Do you have a league? Do you play each other? How often? How does this work?
You've got a mixture. You've got collectors who meet up and do swaps. Like you've got painters who do stuff and sell it like art, and then you got players. So I play. We've got a club in Leicester. I've been at a few other clubs. There's different versions. There's people who play old school, the way you'd remember with curling figures, whether they're the 1970s heavyweights or the 1980s I grew up with. But they don't really curl anymore. So the sort of stuff I'm playing with are like these machine polished guys. And they're quite beautiful. So it's like a glorified game of half-eighty, really. Is
the sort of the more modern day stuff now, is it a little bit more hardy? Because I remember having to also buy super glue to repair injured players, broken players that accidentally got trodden on, etc. So yeah, are they a little more hardy these days?
Well, just for the listeners, super glue is going to burn your figures and melt them. You need to use a bit of wood glue.
Okay, that was a technical error on my part there. Sorry.
No, just leave it. No, they're hardy. These bases, they're machine polished. They're three different sections. So you got the hard polished base. You've got the nice soft touched up bevel edge. But your weak point, you want a weak point, so it'll just drop off. So rather than have all the tension where it snaps, the centre just drops off. And then they've evolved through the years. Then this is excellent. You mentioned you play in a local league then near to you in Market Harborough or Leicestershire. Presumably you play as the mighty Wycombe Wanderers. No, I don't. That's an old Roy the Rovers team.
Right, okay.
They're in blue. They're in blue. It's okay.
They're in blue. And are you sort of wedded to the Wycombe style? So under Gareth Ainsworth, were you sort of playing sort of long ball? And now under the former head coach manager Matt Bloomfield, a more expansive style. Were you that sort of strict, or have you got your own style?
Yeah, well, the formation generally used is 7-0-3. 7 at the back. It's that easy to concede unless you've got 7 at the back. So that's more Ainsworth, isn't it?
Yes. Okay. I see what you mean there. Definitely. Set piece is key. 7-0-3. Yeah. I mentioned earlier on about maybe applying for the head coach job at Wycombe. Maybe I was a little hasty.
Yeah, that's all right. As long as I be considered, that's enough for me.
Well, Trevor, this has been excellent. And any sort of chat about Subbuteo, I fear this may be the start of a regular section now of Ringing the Blues. We certainly need to bring Subbuteo to the training ground to introduce some of the players. Unfortunately, the modern era of football, they get very excited about sort of what used to be called FIFA because they're in the computer game, and when it comes out, they get very excited to receive their cards and etc. I do feel we need to educate the modern day footballer into Subbuteo to kind of show them what it really is all about.
We can bring it back down to the bar. We can bring it down to the training ground. I owe you that for going under the fence so many times.
Right, okay, and Luke Lee, he's been put in as your favourite player in the current squad. Who do you think would make a good Subbuteo player out of the current squad?
Well, I just want to go back a bit and have a nice solid Akinfenwa in there. Have the older style with thicker and tougher.
Oh yeah.
That's the that's the type I'd like.
Okay. Well, Trevor, this has been educational and also fun. So it's a win-win, isn't it? Right, we'll see you very soon, hopefully in the Veer Suite or the Caledonian, whatever it's called, with some Subbuteo. We need to make this happen, Trevor.
Be my pleasure. Thank you, Phil. You do a great job on this. I really enjoy this podcast. I've done for a long time.
Oh, thank you, mate. That's it for this week's episode of Ringing the Blues in partnership with Virgin Media. I'm off up to the loft to get the Subbuteo out, and we'll be back next week with news of our trip to Cambridge United in League One. In the meantime, come on you Blues.